Yes, Simon. You know, welcome everybody to the Saturday Night Live Zoom, Saturday, December 8th, 2018. Um, Simon just asked about being paranoid about the healing reactions. Now, everything in the universe and nature has cycles. And, there's ups, there's downs, and there's in betweens, and so on and so forth. And it's all part of the creativity of creation itself to keep things working in a balance. The healing reactions are not something we're going to focus on, but when they do come, if they come, we embrace them and we use the tools to pull us through. Nobody knows who's going to have more healing reactions than others. It's an impossibility, no matter how many eyes you read and so on and so forth, or questions you ask. You really don't know. You can assume by people's conditions and states, but we don't really know. So, this is where we see a lot of people being held back by many things in life, not just health, um, and many things, the fear of, and so they don't do anything, they procrastinate. Health is something that a very small percentage of population focuses on. There's another percentage of population believes they're doing something about their health, but through their ignorance, they're actually doing more harm than good in a lot of cases. So we can be ruled by fear, or we can go in with the understanding, once you've read what's laid out in all the information that we've shared in MFS realm, and by listening to people's journeys and stuff, you can have an idea of basically what could happen. And we have a lot of tools to help us pull this through those situations when they do come. And that's all we can do. The beautiful thing is, and we keep saying this over, because when you're fasting, the body knows exactly what to do. Exactly. It's running on autopilot, and it's directed from soul through creation's program, which is perfect. And we lack the faith in that. We all do. I'm included. And that's the only thing that's going to keep us from doing things that are magnificent in their design, inherent design. So, you know, um, there's people that when they start coming, they freak out and they want to break their fast. They want to back down, or, whatever, slow it down. And we have all the tools to do that. But when they come, I personally don't suggest people break it, but it's the monkey mind that takes over people, and the fear starts ruling. And some people choose to break their fast because they think something negative is happening. Meanwhile, the body knows exactly what it's doing, exactly, when you're fasting. And if you gain that understanding, which comes through many, many, many fasts of many years, you gain more and more of that understanding when you're doing it yourself, and then when you're seeing many, many others going through it, your understanding gets stronger and stronger and stronger, and your faith gets stronger. So when these things do come up, you say, yeah, okay, it's another one of those, no big deal. Let me ride it through, and I always come out stronger. I always come out stronger. Every single time you go through healing reactions, you come out stronger. And that's the beauty. So for some reason, in this realm, we do things to destroy our balance in ourselves and in our surrounding environments and in Mother Earth and so on and so forth. And then we are wondering why we have to go through some challenges to rebalance ourselves. through some healing reactions or so on and so forth. And these are small paybacks, you know, a few healing reactions here and there through your fasts over the years. It's a very small payback in comparison to what punishment we put our bodies through and our state of health has become because of it. So, you know, just don't let these things get to you from starting. And the number one thing that we go for all the time, no matter what it is, whether it's healing reactions or whether it's some deep emotional things that are coming up, we reach for that enema bag, colonic or Polima board, whatever, and we use that because that's going to really help make your journey smoother, easier, and more effective. You know, we want all the above. So, you know, you having healing reactions, more enemas. Just keep doing more enemas, and all the other tools that we can use. If you're having kidney pains, castor oil packs, massage those kidneys every day with your burn stick. You know, simple things. Use the acupressure points. Build energy. Keep moving. Don't stay stagnant when you're fasting. I'm the only one of the few I've ever seen out there that suggesting to people that you keep moving when you're fasting. Don't stay in bed. Don't be stagnant. Because we have a new understanding of the energy system, the lymph system. It's not a sewer system, it's an energy system. And we need to keep it moving. Once you get to a point where obstructions become very little through your physicality and your mental and emotional state, that lymph system will no longer need much movement. It'll move on its own through plasmatic gravitational magnetic fields. This is how the planets are always continuously in place in orbit and moving continuously. Everything's done through gravitational magnetic fields. It's not done through force of physical energies and engines and wings and so on and so forth. So everything is done on a plasmatic side of things, and the body works no differently. The only thing is it ceases to function properly because we plug it up with so much heavy three-dimensional foods. It interferes with fields. You know, you have two planets, and for example, the Earth is tilted at a certain degree of angle and so on and so forth, and same as the other ones. If that degree of angle of the Earth changes a bit, it changes the whole orbit of the whole planetary system it's in. So all these things within our body, when we're putting things in that are in the way, kind of an obstruction through a beautiful, clean a vacuum plasma vacuum tube, I like to call it, GI tract. When it's perfectly clean, there's nothing in the way for those fields to interact and give you all the energy you need. But once we put three-dimensional foods in it, we're forcing the body to work with these foods and change them into a plasmatic state so we can use the energy fields. But the problem is we leave obstructions in the way, and it's not only through the GI tract, it starts happening throughout the body because of these fields being interfered with. So you can imagine everything affects everything in the whole universe. As once, I don't remember who said it, a butterfly flapping its wing somewhere on the planet could start a hurricane somewhere else. Everything affects everything, physically, spiritually, etc., etc., etc.
Yeah, it takes away your energy. When you put the dense food, it takes away the energy, puts it towards
digestion. And we have to draw a lot of energy to digest food. And I always ask the question, where do you get your energy to digest food? It ain't from the food. So
that's why when we stop eating, you have much more energy.
Yeah. Well, once you move out the obstructions, the energy levels go up. Most people, on on the fasts have a good experience overall, more energy, better than they've ever felt. Most people. You have the few that have been taken through the system of butchery and drugs and
Usually older people as well.
yeah, and some older people, they may have some extra challenges, but usually it's the ones that been through the system and really been put through a not good place. When you start putting synthetics and stuff in your body, um, the body doesn't recognize these things. It's an assault. Every time you put something that's man-made, it's an assault to the body. The body has to react and do the best it can to take care of the situation that you put it in. So this is why um, I suggest stay as far away as you can from any synthetic drugs or foods. Only if you're gonna, when you choose to eat foods that are the easiest to process and eliminate, in which for man is fruit. I'm not saying everybody's going to be a fruitarian, but that should be the biggest part of your diet would be the fruit when we choose to eat, And then, not every, like I said, not everybody's going to be a fruitarian, and we don't suggest that, especially if you can't have fresh, ripe, local fruit available all the time. Most people will not be fruitarians, I can assure you. It's not going to happen. People going into the raw food ism for many years. A lot of them go to the fats and they start getting in trouble, and then they go back to animal products. They believe in a diet is not sustainable. And yeah, it's not sustainable when you start not cleaning up. First of all, you don't clean the body properly. That's the main issue. And secondly, you use the high fats to plug you up even further, which some people believe you can run on fats. And okay, you can. You can live on McDonald's. There's people eat McDonald's for 20, 30 years and they survive. Doesn't mean that that's ideal for us. People killing each other since the beginning of time doesn't make it correct. So all these fallacies of things, that ideals and people's opinions have nothing to do with creation itself, which is loving and giving continuously. And that's really where we thrive to move towards and get our balance from, is from creation itself and staying in balance with its laws. And it's pretty simple. Live and let live. Don't do things to affect any other living beings and non-living beings. Live in harmony with your surroundings and with people as best you can. And these are the things that will bring us back to a balanced state and a healthy state, physically, mentally, and emotionally. When you're living a life, how can I say it? If you're in a life of doing something that you're ignorant to and it's doing damage to, for example, the earth or whatever, at the soul level, you'll never be content. Impossibility. And this is where I see a lot of us fail. We're doing things that salute that are not in line with universal laws, and either we're making excuses and so on and so forth. We all do it, but once we have an understanding and we can see things from a different eye through a spirit, we start changing and improving these areas in our life to be more in balance with universal laws. And that's how we regain our balance and our health back. The physical part of cleaning out, it's the easy part. It really is. Go back to, it's when people go back to eating, and they're just not ready for the massive transformation that takes place, especially when you do a long fast. Your metamorphosis happens very much so in these long master fasts. And for some people, It's probably best not to go long fast. They just can't handle the transformation. They're not ready for it. We see that with a lot of situations where people believe this is an event, and we've never ever um, said that you're going to do one fast and everything's over. Never. It's a lifestyle, and that's the hardest part for people to comprehend in this fast-paced, instant gratification society that we've built up. Um, People are not ready to commit for the life, and that's going to be the failure of people. They're just not ready to commit. People say one thing, yeah, I want to heal, but they're doing something completely opposite to um, moving in the direction of healing.
Well, they're ready to change.
Yep, when they're ready, that's the only time anybody will ever do anything. But doing a fast and all fine and dandy, and then going off track and blaming the fast for all your problems after you go start eating, the understanding is just not there. It's just not there. And we've seen some go that route, and it's okay. They're just not ready. And lifestyle of less is more is it really you'll really start to see magnificent things once you start getting into the third, fourth, fifth, sixth year. Um, we see magnificent things in 3.5 months, 108 days, but I'm talking about, where, your body's completely working at different levels, and it's sustaining itself much more so because you're not eating nowhere near what you used to eat. And that's what we're talking about. We're slowly reducing the three-dimensional foods. But it's all a wonderful experience. The healing reactions themselves, once you get over them and you look back, and you're just like, whoa, that was amazing. What the body actually did to move out that crap. And you feel so much better. I had situations where, throwing up, diarrhea, passing out, and then after that ordeal, boost of energy. Whoa! It's like as we say, when you're fasting, things can and will happen very quickly, and they can change from one extreme to another. You can feel amazing, and you feel like you're dying, and you can feel like you're dying, then you feel amazing. It can happen a few times in one day, which is pretty amazing. So how does that happen? If it's all about starvation, it has nothing to do with starvation. It has to do with the body moving out these obstructions, and some of them are very toxic, or whatever word you want to use it. And as they're moving out, you're feeling the effects. So the one thing that we do know is healing comes through pain, through the experience of pain. Different levels of pain. Some of us will feel low levels of pain, some medium levels of pain, and some high levels of pain, and some extreme levels of pain. And I've been through all of them. The extreme ones were pretty experiential, I guess. I don't know how to describe it,
But today you have the tools that you didn't have back then.
yeah. That the tools really help. Enema number one. Anytime anything's happening, go for the enema.
And also the understanding, because you didn't know much when you started.
Yeah. Robbie. Hi, folks. Yes, I thought I would feel good and energetic, but have had some energy and nausea issues. Been tricky. I can only stay a little while as I'm putting a Christmas dinner for my 89-year-old mom and brothers. I'm on apple and celery juice at present. Okay, so you're slowing things down, having lots of enema issues, but had a great colonic on Friday. It was open system. Ran it, but I didn't have a choice. and it sure worked really well. Yeah, sure, great. It's just like a Polima board. Awesome. It's good. But you know, when I suggest if you're paying for a colonic, get a closed system, because otherwise just buy yourself a Polima board, do it at home, and you have it for life. Yeah, Robbie, you know, you shared with us, I don't know if she's on anymore. You shared
Oh.
what
Hi, Stephanie.
what you went through. It's a little bit through your life in some extreme situations. So, you know, hang in there, understand, and have the faith, and know that your body knows exactly what it's doing. So you've taken a choice to slow it down. That's okay. But you know, this is the power of this fast. Is powerful, and it will go to every nook and cranny in your being and pull it out because it wants to heal. You're giving it the chance to purge and heal, because that's the only thing that it can do when you're in a fast. There's nothing else it will do. It's designed that way, and it's beautiful when we have that understanding and let it happen. So enjoy preparing the dinner. You know, enjoy the aromas. Let that experience fulfill you, and you know, move on. Your complexion's looking a lot better. You've moved out a lot of obstructions. Yeah, you're smiling. So, you know, embrace the lows. Jump for joy, because when the next highs come, they get better and better and better, and you're going to feel that happening. You know, we all when we're in these healing reactions, it's not fun. You know, I'll tell you, it's not fun. But when you come out of them, man, oh man, it's a beautiful accomplishment, and that's what we're after. We're after, you know, what the balance that the fasting can bring us. I've never seen food bring balance. I haven't seen it happen. It's the illusion of addition. I always thought our answers were into adding things in the diet for so many years, and it's just a trap so many fall in, that we're deficient in something. And if that were the case, the body wouldn't be able to heal on nothing. You know, it wouldn't be able to.
And thrive.
Yeah, yeah. So it's not going to happen overnight. Like we say, 108 days will open the doors. 9 years is a good start. It's a lifestyle. Most will not choose this lifestyle. Let's be real. Most will not choose this lifestyle. Many will come, do a few fasts here and there, and leave for a year or two, come back, do a fast, and that's what most people will probably do, that experience this lifestyle. The ones who actually will live the lifestyle will be far and few between. And those are the ones who we're going to see, and we've seen, have the most amazing transformations and metamorphoses happen to them, and which is awesome. Let me get a sip here. Some grape juice.
Cranberry.
And cranberry. So, Mark, you have anything to say?
Hello, you can hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. This is your first time on Zoom, right?
Yes, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, my English is not so good. I come from Germany. I hope it's enough that you can understand what I want to tell.
It's okay.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, please ask.
No, yeah, no, I'm just, this is for, you know, we're all here for you guys, you know, and to support each other, inspire each other. Because as most of us know, living this lifestyle in our society is really not accepted. We're just completely bombarded with negative statements, right, Robbie? Yeah, yeah. I've been doing it for almost 30 years, and I still will get comments when I do my long fast, or you know, it's never going to change with some people's mentality. It's just not in their being to come to this understanding, and they choose to remain in that ignorant state, and that's okay. That's their journey. So it's okay, but don't let those comments affect your being. You have the choice on allowing other people's words and opinions affect you or not. It's always your choice. It's not simple when you're not feeling good and you're losing weight and you're looking yourself in the mirror and you're getting these comments, and it triggers that monkey mind to start blah, 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 blah. It's not easy. We've all been through that. But, you know,
Meditate, pray,
yeah,
take a break.
go into your space alone. That's why it's, when you're fasting, if you listen to a lot of the spiritual gurus from the past, they said to do it alone, don't tell nobody. And there was good, you know, wisdom behind that. Because most people are ignorant about it, and most people never do this kind of stuff. So yeah, are you going to lose weight? Yeah, you're going to lose weight. Are you going to lose a lot of weight? Everybody's different. Some of us will go to skin and bones. Some of us won't. We don't know who will go to those massive weight losses that we've seen in some people, but it doesn't matter. The body knows exactly what it's doing. There's a purpose for going to skin and bones for some people. There's a purpose for it. Just know that your body can rebuild itself completely and much better. And that's the magic, where the ignorance is vast. The people are scared of their own shadows of losing weight. Everybody feels amazing, even though they're skin and bones. They feel amazing. You know, most people that are doing it, the long ones. So you know, don't let that stuff bother you. It's going to be all around us. Sometimes, even though you don't say things, you start losing weight. People make comments. So yeah, my doctors put me on a strict diet for a while to clean me up. And they'll shut up most of the time. So Mark, are you on Master Fast now?
Yeah, I'm on day 56 now.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
do the protocol. Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Great. It depends. Sometimes it go up. Sometimes I feel bad. Before 2 days, I vomit.
Yeah.
But I think about. I talk to myself. I talk to my body and ask why you want to vomit now. I don't understand why you want to do it. I eat already for more than a month. I eat nothing, and so I say, okay, come. I give you the confidence. Do what you want. And after the fifth time, I was on the toilet. I stay on the toilet and I say, you have to try to vomit. I let you do. And then after that, I vomit in what to say. You try to vomit something. You see nothing come out. At least when I really vomit, I see what I vomit. It was mucus. It was really mucus. It was white. And I think, what will come out now? It must be like the color of the grape, or like the juice or something, or like the bubbly. No, like the
Pudding.
pudding. Yes, exact. Yeah, and yeah, it was just white mucus and a lot. And after that, I know, okay, now it's stopped. It's finished. You can go to bed and you can sleep well. And after that, I go to bed and sleep well.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
See, when you let yourself know and understand, the body knows exactly what it's doing. It's going to purge whatever it wants to purge the fastest way out. And sometimes it's going to throw it out. It doesn't want to put it through the GI tract. It wants to get it out quicker because it's a very toxic substance, and it wants it out. So that's why just, okay, let it happen. The way you're talking to your body is beautiful.
That's space.
Let it happen.
Yeah.
It knows what to do. It's got to throw up, encourage it, throw it up. Don't worry about it. I've seen all kinds of stuff come out, so I know what you're talking about, and it's amazing to when you see these things come out. You just understand the wisdom of the body. It's perfect the way it's working. When it's fasting, it's doing things in 10 trillion times we can ever imagine, with perfection from its design.
Yeah, it's designed to heal itself. So when it's off balance, when it's imbalanced, it's going to balance itself out only if we allow it. If we don't allow the body to heal, it's not gonna. If we put dense food, it's going to focus on processing and eliminating the food. But when we fast, then it has the chance to heal. It has the chance to do what it's designed to do.
Yeah, Stephanie says hi. And,
Hi, Stephanie. I think Stephanie day 6 today.
Awesome.
She came for a colonic yesterday. Yeah, yesterday.
Robbie, yes, lots of emotions as well. Yeah, the emotions are everything. Those are the ones that everybody has the biggest challenge with, is the emotions. Much more so than the physical healing reactions. Way more. Simon, 2-quart Enema bag, how many is comparable to a Colima? A Colima is usually a 5-gallon pail, so that's 20 quarts. So what's that? 10 Enema bags. It's a lot. It's a lot more.
But it's different. It works differently because with the Enema, you're taking all the water. Yeah, I mean, it's similar, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the volume of water, when you have more volume of water, you can wash, you can do a better wash in things. Just like a sponge. If you have a lot of water, you can do a better job cleaning if you only have a small amount of water. So that's why the volume. And when you go to a colonic, it's even more volume. Yeah. It's anywhere from 20 to 40 gallons, depending on how long you do it. It's a lot more water.
Yeah, but
on a closed system.
But with the colonic, we're taking, the water is always in and out, in and out, in and out.
Yeah.
So sometimes we fill, and sometimes we let it go in and out again. So it's either in and out or just filling. So it's different.
Yeah, with a colonic, a closed system, you can build up. With an open system, it's like a Colima board. You're not going to be able to take in as much as a colonic. That's why the closed systems. It's still wonderful to go get your colonic, once a week, once every couple of weeks, once a month, if you can, because you can experience a different cleansing than you can with open system or an Enema bag.
Definitely, you can take in more water with colonic than with Enema or with the Colima, because with the Enema and the Colima, the scope is much smaller, and so the water can leak easily, come out. But with the colonic, you can take in and build more and more water inside, fill more with more water, and this will allow more washing, more loosening of hardened stuff. So yeah, you can take in more water for sure.
When you're
take 3 liters.
Yeah, when you're fasting, there's no such thing as doing too much. Your body will tell you, okay, that's enough. If you're doing this enemas or whatever, okay, that's enough. And then the next day, again, the biggest challenges for some people is when they have diarrhea, and we suggest keep doing your enemas with baking soda. It's because the anus starts getting sore and burnt, and it's a bit more of a hassle. But believe me, do your enemas. It's going to help you tremendously.
Yeah, because
anytime for any healing reaction, whether it's physical or emotional, Enema bag is #1, along with your breath work, of course, acupressure points, essential oils. Use them all. Use all the tools. There's so many we can do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when you have diarrhea or inflamed, burning anus, it's because the stuff that are coming out are very toxic. So that's why we recommend doing even more enemas and Colimas, colonics, just to wash whatever is burning you inside.
Yeah, the whole system is the dry sponge technique. We squeeze, we wash, we squeeze, we wash, we squeeze, we wash. That's all you have to remember. The dry fasts are a little squeeze every day for your 12 hours or so. And then every week we have a bigger squeeze. And then every month we have a big squeeze. And, we're washing in between all those. That's the key. Robbie, I'm not getting good water flow with Enema anymore. Just won't stay in. I'm trying to just let it in, let it lie in a bath, but not nice, but some, but helps some. Which way you lying? I do it on all fours and I put my shoulders down to the ground. That's the best way I've found to get a lot of water in and be able to hold more. That's the way I've done it with enemas. That's the way I do it. Some people lie on their back. I've tried that, but I can hold more water on all fours with your butt in the air. So the gravity helps go in and it holds also able to hold it better that way. So that you're not having the water putting pressure trying to come out because you're bent down. But yeah, there's lots of things going on in the colon. You know, as pretty much every single person came out after 108 days with super bowels. Means that the colon did a lot of regeneration in 108 days, a lot. Is it completely solved, the whole thing? No, I'm just saying a lot happens in 108 days. So embrace whatever's happening. I've had times where I had diarrhea for 2 to 3 weeks in a row on fast. You know, it's not fun. So, you know, it's very hard to hold in because everything's burning and everything, but you keep doing it. You keep doing it, you keep washing, keep doing it. And have the faith of what's going on, you know. Anything else, guys? John, how you doing? Nice to join. Hello, Mike. Spill your beans, guys.
Stephanie, how are you doing? Yeah, there you go. Hello.
I'm well. I'm well.
Good.
I wasn't ringing in because I feel so new to this. I don't really have many questions, but I can share that that I'm feeling really good. Surprisingly, I didn't think I would feel this good. Yeah, I thought I would be weaker, but I'm exercising. I've done a few hot yoga classes, and I feel normal. It's incredible. And my new obsession is smelling food, as I told you yesterday, Ren.
What day you on?
It's only day 6.
Okay, did you have a first few rough days or?
No, that's why I'm surprised. They flowed really well. I started eliminating like the first day.
Excellent. Yeah, as soon as the GI tract starts dumping, you start feeling better, and that's the beauty. That you know, it's not food that gives you energy.
Yeah, and
it's
I
the
think
opposite.
helped though. I started that on the first day, and even actually the week before, I think we started.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I just checking in, saying hey, thanks guys. This is awesome to be able to hear everyone and like hear the questions being answered. I feel like a lot of my questions have been answered through other people. So
Yeah. We've answered a lot of questions over the years. Not many new stuff comes up, but sometimes people are coming up with new things. Most of the stuff's been answered.
Stephanie, that's your first one, I remember you said, right?
Like my first fast, yes.
Yeah. And you're going for the 108?
Yeah, I think so.
Why not?
Why not?
Be prepared for after.
Yes, I've been thinking about it a lot.
Start, writing your plans and understanding of what you're going to expect and how you're going to do it. But I can only suggest to never ever go back to eating 7 days a week.
Hmm.
That's brutal. After you open up the plasma vacuum tube, you don't want to be eating 7 days a week. Mm. Um, it's a big shock for when people go back to food. It's like, whoa, what hit me? And you need some time to let it all balance out and understand what's going on. That's why you need to be a little bit on the strong side of continuing with the dry fast and so on and so forth, and probably be wise to have a couple of days of liquid still. 1 day before you're dry and 1 day after you're dry. If you can maintain that, it'd be awesome. And then you eat your other days. But eat clean as you can, and that's and that will be the best thing that for you in the long run.
I told you might not like food after, and you said that's okay. I never liked food.
It's
That's what I said.
food. The actual eating, the taste, the taste, you have that enjoyment, but the actual process of the actual after processing the food after you eat is your body's going, what did you do? What did you eat this for? You're never going to get the satisfaction because you've opened up your senses and you understand that what food is actually doing to the body. It's just slowing everything down and taking your energy. And it's a whole different experience after you do a long fast. When you go back to food, it's a whole different experience. I'm not saying don't enjoy eating. When you eat, enjoy it fully.
But just learn how to control the mind.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's about being conscious of what you're doing and not to let the emotions get the best out of you. Do your best to control your emotions, and I feel you're strong, emotionally strong to do the 108 days. You're very calm and yeah, you don't have a strong attachment to the food like many other people, including me.
The emotional roller coaster rides is the biggest challenge. Especially when we're being bombarded by other people. So don't let that affect you.
I feel supported if and when it does come up.
Yeah.
That everyone's here sharing their stories and you guys are giving information. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, we're all in the same boat. We're all going through the same thing. Some are more feel the imbalance more than other people. So, let's help each other and find the way to live this lifestyle. Minimize in every way.
Now the Christmas season is around here, coming, depending who, what, where, when, why, how you grew up. But the season is celebrated in a lot of places. And, I've, not only Christmas, but I've fasted through many different holiday seasons over the years. And sometimes I've joined in, I think I've joined in more than eating than I did fasting. Sometimes it's okay, to eat and whatever, but you got to be careful. You got to be really careful, especially if you're after a long fast. You don't want to be doing that. So if you're anywhere near a holiday season with a fast through it. Don't break your fast for a holiday. That's not a good place to be, because the temptation will be very strong, and you're not going to feel good after.
And usually there are lots of emotions involved because it's family thing and it's or friends, and lots of emotions involved, and that's where we are, where we feel the most imbalanced. So it's always
Triggers.
Yeah, it's always, I feel healthier for me to and for everybody around me to fast through the holidays, you know, it's easier, much easier.
All our triggers are always all around us, you know, within our social structures.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why in your own home, you can control that and just change things. But when you go out and meet friends and so on and so forth, those are triggers as well. So minimize, I would suggest, unless you're in total control and it doesn't phase you at all. Just minimize it, the exposures to these times, and you'll get through everything very well. John, hey guys, actually waiting on your batch of herbs. Awesome. Awesome. Everybody's quiet today. Um, okay, so good to be here, Chad. It's much help and I can feel connected. My guests have arrived now, so I need to go. Okay, so, thanks a lot, Robbie. But I would like to ask, my mouth is very sore, as is my stomach. They go hand in hand when I drink my herbs. Just wondering while I wait for it to pass, is there something I can do to reduce the discomfort? Are you removing the alcohol?
Yeah, you're muted.
Hang on, you're muted. Go ahead.
Not very effectively. I remember you saying putting it in a tray. I will try more. I used to put hot water in, but it's still very alcoholic.
Yeah, you can use the open pan method to remove it, or try putting it in some maple syrup. You guys have maple syrup?
I have honey.
Honey? Yeah, you can use that. Or there's even fruit syrups that are available. Put it mixed in that and see if that helps it go down smoother.
Do you take it with the tea?
Yes. Oh, well, I put tea in with it and then have a cup of tea as well. And I sip the two alternately to, you know, ease the alcohol.
Yeah, yeah. Try it like that. And if the alcohol is you're too sensitive, just let it evaporate through the open pan method. You put a little bit of tea with it so it doesn't dry out in an open pan overnight, and all the alcohol will be gone. That's really the only way you can remove all the alcohol. If you want to speed up the process, you put a fan blowing across the pan, and
Okay.
the process. And that removes all. If you put hot water or hot tea, it'll remove some of the alcohol, but it won't remove it all. The open pan method is the only way, through tests that they've done. That's the only way to get rid of it all.
Yes, I'll try that. I heard you say that on.
Yeah, the alcohol, it may not be comfortable because you're inflamed and irritated, but the alcohol will not do any damage. So it's just a small amount. You know.
Yeah.
But to make it easier on you, there's many things you can do.
Yeah, we like to take it with the tinctures with the tea, and we put maple syrup, and it tastes really good.
Do you put the maple syrup in with the actual herbs or in with the tea?
Both.
With the tea, and then we put the tinctures as well. So
Put everything together.
yeah. So it's like
I'll try it.
sweet tea. It's very delicious.
Some people don't like it mixed. You do it as shots, whatever way, as long as you get it down. That's fine.
Yeah, I like it all. So the only thing I'm struggling more with is the plasma pudding still, but I've just been tipping that down, just mixing it quickly and tipping it down.
Yeah, and you're having.
I'll just continue on as I'm doing. I think I'd like to break and go back to eating and feel good, but everything says no, you're not allowed to do that. So I'm still sticking with the apple and celery juice, and I'll continue and see how I feel when I it's still 2 weeks before I get home, and I've got to travel for a week, so that could be really tricky.
Yeah, it's a bit of challenge if you're in a traveling situation, having everything with you and so on and so forth. And, everybody feels much more comfortable at home or in a setting where everything is available. So, yeah, it can be challenging, but everything's possible.
Yes, well, I just started and was determined to start, and then I just felt to keep going, so I've kept going, and I was directed here, and so I'm just following
So
the best I can.
the apple you're having is juice, right? So far
Yeah, apple juice. Yeah, a mixture of cloudy apple and just ordinary apple, all from the store, and some lemon, of course.
I think it's best for you to break it at home, not here, not when you
Yeah,
because
that's what I was thinking
you'll be
too.
in
So,
control of what to eat, and it's not fun when you are traveling and you break a fast, because you don't
yeah,
feel comfortable.
no. So I'll just stick with the apple and celery, and or just the apple once I'm away from here, where I won't have access to a juicer for the celery. So, I don't know. I don't have much energy, and it's a bit tricky. I'm used to having plenty of energy to go long walks. I don't have my trampoline, so I'm not trampolining each day. So there's things I'm missing out on, but I've got my burnt stick, and I'm doing lots of castor oil, and I've got GANS pads, so I'm using all of that. I've got a tuning fork, so I'm doing that a bit, and yeah, just doing the best I can under the circumstances, and you start something, and if it says keep going, then you just have to do what you can in the situation you're in, because life just doesn't stop and wait for you. It just keeps going, and things happen, and yeah, so that's what I'm doing.
What day are you on?
I'm not very good at counting, but I'm somewhere over 60.
You're up there. Did you look at your picture before you started recently?
No, not really. I'm just plugging on, Gino, and I'm kind of not really looking at anything.
You're good. You look more relaxed.
You
Look
got a lot
better.
more light in your complexion. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I found a really, really big liquid amber tree in my mum and dad's backyard. It's been there most of my life, and I go down and sit under it and lean on it in the afternoons. It's very pleasant.
Nice.
Yeah. So I can't get to the beach because it's too far to walk in my current state, so I'm not doing that. And because I've got the hole in my head from falling over, I haven't been able to shower. So and it's really chlorinated, the water here. Normally I have just rain or creek water to shower in, so there's no chlorine. So I do have filtered water, and I'm making calcium water for my enemas. But
Be careful getting up. Be careful. Make sure your horizon's all leveled out before you start moving. These very
yes.
Some of us are prone to that dizziness and spells like that. I've been through that in the early stages of fasting, and even now.
Yeah, well, the weird thing was, I didn't even feel dizzy the day that I fainted. I didn't know what had happened. I felt fine. So that was really strange that I just passed out and then did it again. So never mind. My head's stitched up, and there was no big repercussions. People were here to care for me, and I'm just taking it a bit easier. Yeah. Okay, I must go. I've got my guests here.
Thanks for joining.
I'll go and feed them some 3D. Bye. Thanks for being here.
Awesome.
Bye. That's how to leave. So.
Okay, so Simon's asking, 2 bags of tea will take me 108 days. You mean a mass fast kidney tea? Oh yeah. 1 bag, if you could probably last you. 2 bags, no problem. Depends how strong you make. If you make it really, really strong, 2 bags is more than enough. I like making mine strong. I put a lot of herbs when I make my teas. Everybody's different. Some people like them lighter and stuff, but I like my stuff strong. I love the taste of herbs. 2 bags should be more than enough, Simon. Um, Lots of actions happening. People falling, splitting their heads open. You got to be careful. You got to be careful. Newbies when fasting, you got to be careful. A few people have had falls. It happens. It's not, when the body's putting all its energy on dumping, and you're from lying in bed or sitting down position, you get up, woof.
Yeah, do it slowly.
You can get that faint feeling, the lightheadedness, so get up. This pressure point works really well. Even if you do this every time you get up slowly and just do this, just to bring some balance to your being from the change of pressures from sitting or lying down to standing. And that'll help. It happens a lot in new fasters. It's not unusual. But it's one thing that will scare away people from fasting, because they just don't understand what's happening. They think they're dying of nutrition or something or whatever. It's nothing to do with that. The body knows exactly what it's doing. It's putting its energy in many other places, and you're just moving too quickly for it to adjust. That's all it is. That's all it is. Also, if you're getting that lightheadedness and stuff, enemas, there's stuff moving out. It's got to come out. Enemas. Just like you're throwing up or everything. You feel much better after you throw up because the body's gotten rid of something it didn't want in there. So that's why we resort always to the enemas to keep energies moving. We don't want stagnation, because in your fasting mode, which is turns into an elimination mode, that's the only time the body's in an elimination mode, is when you stop eating. For most people, it happens within about 24 hours after you stop eating. Some people may take a little longer to actually get into that elimination mode. If you do a dry fast, it happens a bit quicker. So once you're in that mode, we want things to flow. The problem with today's man is that we're such in a toxic state because of our environment and what we've been eating, that the body is overwhelmed to try and move this stuff out, and some of it's stubbornly stuck, and it's not easy for it to move out. So this is where it's vital to support the energies to move this stuff out, which we use the herbs and the pudding to absorb. This is why we use these things. We don't use them for whatever reason. There's certain reasons these herbs are there for us. They help us tremendously in keeping the energies moving. That's all we're talking about. Obstructions are just stagnations. So we want energies to flow. In the universe, there's nothing stagnant. Everything is continuously flowing like an elegant dance. And that's what we want in our body. We want energies to move. Anytime you feel a pain anywhere, there's stagnation in that area. Wherever the pain is, there's stagnant energy. Nothing's flowing. So that's why massage, help move things. So we're doing that inside of our body. The herbs are massaging all so at the cellular level, at the spirit level. They're doing all the different levels. They're massaging to keep things moving and flowing out. That's what herbs do, from my understanding. They just help us move obstructions out. They don't give us anything. Stephanie, can you talk a bit about different things that we can put in our enemas? Like why we choose calcium carbonate or GANs, tinctures, etc. I'm curious more understanding why we choose one of those over the other to deal with any symptoms that come up, etc. The reason we use many different things is to help move out stagnation. And some of them will work better than others for different people, depending on many different things, infinite amount of things. You know, their makeup of their heritage, what they've been eating, their emotions, etc., etc., etc. So I suggest people try all the different ones and see how they feel from when you're using all the different types of fluids for enemas.
Calcium carbonate does.
It's similar to baking soda.
Very similar to baking soda. It does neutralize acidity. The GANs has its own, balancing effect.
Yeah, there's many GANs as well.
Plasma.
There's so many different GANs you can use.
And each one has a different effect.
Baking soda, is very they're very cooling.
Yeah.
The grasses are awesome. They're also very cooling and soothing.
Yeah.
Very powerful. Using implants of wheat, barley, or wild grasses. Those are very awesome as well to do.
And the tinctures, depending on the tincture, of course.
You can use the tea.
Kidney tea as well. Yeah, so the herbs, like depending on the tincture, they can help you in different ways. The kidney tea for the kidneys. And taking them through the colon is more efficient, is it?
Doesn't have to go through digestion. So the energies are going through the system much quicker than if you put it through a digestive system. And when you put it through a digestive system, the body reacts differently than going into the colon. So they all work amazing. Just play around with different things and see how you feel.
But best to take the tinctures already, right? Because you don't want them to come out when you release with the enema, right?
Well, the tinctures you can use, like when we have in the colon feeding protocol, we suggest don't take anything orally. If you do, only the tinctures at the maximum half a dose, because it's basically dry from above, and we're continuously washing through colonics and enemas and so on and so forth. And we can use the tinctures in there. Like we said, everything is energy, and we're using the energy of things. We're not using anything for their physicality. We're using it for their energies and what they're doing and how they react with us. Enemas, just plain water, is okay, but when you start infusing with different things, you will see different things, like even the grape juice. The grape juice is awesome, very powerful cleaner when you're using it for enemas. It's powerful going through the mouth. It's powerful using it as enemas. So try them out. Try them out and see how you feel. You can try one day, another one another day, another. Just keep changing around. Sometimes you can do 2 different things in one time. Like sometimes if you want to do a wheatgrass implant, for instance, you clean up really well with water or with grape juice and water, and then at the end you can implant. The implant you can do with enema bag. It's not hard to do with a Colima board. You do with enema bag at the end, and you hold it in as long as you can. And you roll around, do whatever you want, headstands, and just let it sit in there before you dump it out. So it's great to play around with these things. Enemas are lifesavers. So many lives can be saved with just enemas. It's such a simple thing. Simon, I have access to steam, sauna, distilled water. Is that recommended? You mean putting distilled water in your steam sauna? You can even put herbs in there. Doesn't have to necessarily be distilled water, but
Essential
if you
oils.
don't, yeah, you can put essential oils. If you don't put distilled water, it'll cake up in the boiler of the steam sauna. I have one of those portable steam saunas as well.
Are you asking if the sauna is recommended or?
Steam
I
saunas
think
are great.
Yeah, they're
Great.
great.
You can use Gans water in there.
We don't recommend it when you are doing a dry fast.
Well, I've broken dry fast with steam sauna and ozone. I bought my little steam sauna so I can do ozone baths.
But we don't
That's
want
awesome.
people to do sauna while dry fasting, right?
Well, it's if you're doing a dry, it won't be a dry, it'll be a dry wet. So it's no big deal. But
Normally, we don't want people to do.
yeah. The dry saunas, I wouldn't recommend dry saunas at all. The steam sauna it's water, steam.
Okay.
Mike Boo, you have a question? Unmute yourself. I don't see a microphone. Let me unmute you. Go ahead, Mike.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Very well, yourself?
Pretty good. I'm having problems with my Zoom, I guess. I don't know what's going on with it. Can you hear me?
Yep.
I'm having problems with my Zoom, so I don't know what's going on. That's why I hit hand, raise hand. But I broke my fast in after about 40 days. I think it was after last week's Zoom. I was getting pretty nauseous. You know, I was trying to fight through it, but I figured 40 days was enough.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been on green juices and just fruits and berries, pretty much mono fruits since then. And I want to go back on it, but I want to just take this process and try to work on the lifestyle. You know, work on the eating, make sure that I gain control. I'm kind of excited about this holiday coming up because the fresh season, the new season change is coming up, and I was going to try to do a 3-day. I was thinking about a 5, but I was going to try to keep it on a low end, at least a 3. But I'll probably push it if I'm gonna listen to the body, you know. And I like the comments you made about are you gonna be subtracting, and that's all I've been thinking about every day. Am I gonna be subtracting or adding? I know I'm not gonna be adding, and I may not be subtracting. I may just be on the green juice. If I'm on a fast, then I'll just stay on the fast. But this master fast system is just doing me great. I mean, especially with the spiritual part and being happy and joyful. Being, you know, I can walk around with a smile on my face now, smile and speak to people. Where before I don't know what, I just had this shield putting up this shield. But the master fast is like seemed it just broke. It just broke it, and I refuse to get into arguments. I refuse to get into a debate. I refuse to hold my guard up when somebody says something. I gotta automatically put my guard up. Okay, I agree. We agree. Whatever. I agree to disagree. Whatever. However, I just refuse to get into that. And that's what I was looking for in this, in this world. I don't want to stop. I want to keep it. I want to work on the lifestyle. It's a lifestyle, and I'm still a newbie, and if I got to do this fast for after the 40 days for double the amount that I did fast, then that's cool. I believe the best time to do a fast is fall and winter, because in the spring and the summer, I guess we can enjoy the fruits.
Yeah.
Especially where I'm at. But I got some pretty good mangoes the other day. And the oranges haven't been the best.
Nice.
But I got some good mangoes and pears, boy. Matter of fact, I took some pears in the movie the other night with my wife. We went and watched the movie. I had some pears. She had a chili dog and some curly fries. And after we got done, she was like, "Oh, my stomach! Oh, my stomach!" I said, "Yeah, that's that theater food for you." But I'm enjoying it. I enjoy seeing people eat and just enjoy watching them eat. They ordered calzones tonight at my uncle's house. They ordered one calzone. I said, "Try to get it like cheese, guys." It was a veggie. They got it like cheese. They brought it back. That thing was oozing with cheese, oozing with cheese. So they ordered another one. And this time they got it for free, but it was like cheese this time. I was just having fun watching them.
Yeah, yeah, awesome. Yeah, Mike, it's you focusing on the lifestyle and the spirit side of things is where, you know, is the beauty part of it, like the physical stuff. Okay, yeah, it's all great, but it's when your spirit starts opening up and seeing things in a whole different light. That's the beauty of this whole lifestyle. And the physical stuff, okay, yeah, you can only go so far with physical, but you know, there's the new zest for living when you start fasting. Depression lifts off people, all kinds of stuff. It changes your whole perspective of everything. So you know what you're doing. 40 days is a good thing. This is not your first one. You know, you're going back and forth. You're living it clean in between. This is what we're talking about. And you know, enjoying other people eating. Yeah, you can you know send them the love and you can reciprocate the energy back and forth without interacting
Come
with
here, baby boo.
you know.
I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I didn't want to interrupt. I'm sorry. I got up. I got up the other day. I think it was probably Tuesday or Wednesday. I got up from my chair and I got up slow and I made sure I had my horizon. I thought I did. I thought I made sure I had my horizon. And I was getting ready to go and get on the rebounder and start rebounding. And I had my enema bag in the chair with me because I was cool because I had just done a castor oil pack. So I put it in the chair with me and I was getting my arms warm and everything. And I got out my chair, walked over to the table to put my glasses down and go get on the rebounder. And for some reason, I blacked out and hit the floor hard. Thank God it was just on my side, my arm and my hip. And
Yeah.
I grabbed the ice pack and threw an ice pack on my hip and kept it on there for a couple of hours. And it's doing a lot better now. The soreness is about gone, and the bruise never showed up. The bruise never showed up.
Is this on the
But I
fast?
didn't understand. I
Or
didn't.
you broke it.
This was what I broke. This was this week. So I had broke it last Sunday. So that was like Monday or Tuesday of this week.
Are your bowels moving
And
well?
I'm doing enemas. I'm not, like I said, I'm not eating a lot. Uh, I'm not eating a whole lot, so they haven't really moved since I broke it. You know, unless I'm, you know, and no, I do my enemas every day. And but other than that, no, they haven't really worked on their own, especially on the fast. On the fast, they worked a couple of times real good. And I was like, you know, I was kind of pretty glad about that, but they haven't really worked up. Only when I do my enemas. I try to go and sit down, but nothing really happens.
Yeah.
I just go ahead and do it enema.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I keep about 4. I try to still do about 4 to 6 liters.
Yeah, the bowels sometimes for some people it takes a little while before they kick in and start working on again. They have to wake up and start doing that, but to keep the enemas going until things start moving. It's all good.
And the fruits are the best food, of course,
For,
you know that, right?
yeah, the
Right.
when we're eating, when we break the fast and we're eating, a lot of people make a mistake of eating very small amounts, and it ain't gonna get through you. You need to eat enough to be satisfied. Don't be scared. Don't go crazy and overeat, but
Yeah.
eat enough to be satisfied. It won't be anywhere near what your eyes can probably think that you can eat, but take your time, eat enough so you have enough bulk volume to be able to move through, because the GI tract is pretty much on empty side after 40, 50, 60 days, right? There's not much happening. So you want a little bit of bulk to move through with that.
Yeah, I think that's what I've been doing. I've been kind of focusing on the size of my fist. So I've been eating like that. But the pears that I ate the other night, I kind of loaded up. I think I did about 4 of them, and
Yeah,
I was pretty satisfied.
yeah, yeah. It's interesting that you got a faint, that you fainted, you passed out after you broke your fast. It's interesting. So there's,
Yeah, that is. I was shocked too. It's like
yeah.
because as soon as I hit the floor, I automatically seen exactly what I was looking. I was looking at a YouTube. I was looking at YouTube, and when I got up, I think I put my glasses on the table because I didn't want to bounce with them. And when I did that, it seemed like I blacked out. As soon as I hit the floor, it seemed like my whole vision went right back to that YouTube video. I was like, wow.
Glad
But
you're,
I was good, and I was thankful and grateful I didn't split my head open,
yeah.
But my daughters and them was right down the hallway. It was in their rooms, and they said, "We seen you get up. You got up slow. We seen how you got up." But they was right there, Johnny on the spot with an ice pack. That was good though.
Yeah.
I didn't let the monkey mind take over. That's
Hmm.
for sure.
Yeah.
I kept it cool and calm, and it's gonna
Yeah,
be all right. I just gotta remember to keep it keep it slow whenever I get up. Keep it slow and use the tools for the under the nose, the bridge of the
Yeah.
nose.
Like once you break your fast, you're still in the phase of a lot of changes happening. That's why we say it takes at least twice as long as the fast. So since you've had this experience, you know just use this point. Get up slowly still, because now you even though you start eating, you're still there's lots going on in your physicality. So just take it easy. Be wise.
and eat enough food and make sure the bowels are moving. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Maybe just more fruits and more meals.
I need to eat I need to eat a little more probably. I'm eating like maybe four clementines, or I may eat like tonight I ate 2 mangoes, but today I went to a little remembrance from my grandmother at the cemetery, and they had brunch, and they had a big bowl of grapes and honeydew and cantaloupe and pineapple. So I was trying to pull out like most of like maybe pineapples, but I just got it all and I ate it. But it was good. Yeah, it was good. So I figured that was my lunch, and then the mangoes was
Mm.
my my dinner.
Yeah, I would eat more than 4 clementines for a meal. Like I can eat, I don't know, maybe 9, depending on the size. I can eat like a whole bag of clementines, like they come in a package.
Right. I don't like for some reason I don't like the white peelings that once you peel it, the white peelings. I don't like that. I
Oh,
don't like that. But I take them and I chew them and I spit the little poke out. I don't like. I just want the juice. But
yeah.
maybe I'm overdoing it. I don't know.
Yeah, or oranges or grapefruit, whatever you love. You don't like any of these?
Pardon me.
Or you have grapefruit or oranges. Do you eat any citrus?
Yeah. Do I eat citrus? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I got the oranges because I thought they was pretty much in season. They pretty much picked them all off the trees and everything.
Yeah.
So I got some, and I got some of these Asian oranges. I think they call them Satamon, Satamon, with the
Mm.
leaves on them. They got the leaves on them, but they wasn't very good. But my wife got some clementines, and man, you was pulling them things and juice was just popping out.
Mm.
I should have just threw the whole thing in my mouth and ate it. That's how small they were. They were juicy.
Yeah, it sometimes is challenging to find good ripe fruit. We found some, what was it yesterday? Found some good persimmons that were actually ripe. So
They're delicious. Yeah.
yeah, when you find ripe fruit, there's nothing like it.
Yeah, like that big. And
They're heavy.
like,
Persimmons are heavy. You
yeah,
eat three,
heavy.
4 of those, and it's
Yeah, but yeah, you want to eat. I mean, we eat 3, 4 persimmons at least. So you want
Hmm.
to eat. What else? I love pomegranate. It's not the easiest to digest because it's all seeds, but I love it. Citruses, clementines, I love.
there's so much beautiful fruit. The only problem is it ripe?
Yeah.
Right.
You go to the supermarket and you buy something, and if you like it, keep buying because it's not easy to find good fruit. If you find a good fruit, keep buying it for the season. You know?
Yeah, yeah. Try different things, and
Yeah.
if you find something that's good, stick to it.
Yeah, as long as you like it.
Right. Yeah, it's hard. But I, like you said, I buy it. I want to buy a watermelon so bad. I'm scared. I'm probably thinking they go. It's probably not gonna be any good. But I look at the cut ones. I look at them and cause if you're gonna eat watermelon, then I don't choose to eat nothing else. Cause I try to eat them alone.
Yeah, right now we get them quite often. The yellow canary type melons from Brazil, and sometimes I can find beautiful ripe ones. Most of them are hard as a rock, so I'm shifting through them to find a good one. And you can find sometimes some nice ripe melons, and those are good too.
Right. Well, I work at a fruit market, so
Nice.
and they have a lot of fruit, a lot of strawberries. I'm gonna try to grab me some strawberries. They have it on a discount rack. Oh man, they have big tubs of them, just trying to get rid of it.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. That's the key is the fruit needs to taste good in order to stick to eating fruit. Otherwise, we're not going to want to eat fruit. It's just not going to happen. You know, it's a challenge to eat fruit that's not tasty. It's no point. We have here Stephanie. Can you do castor oil packs or use essential oils topically on the dry fast? You can, sure. Um, you know, if you're really going through aches and pains, you want to aid it, support it a bit, sure.
It's actually good, when you dry fast, especially on the kidneys. Um, I put castor oil because that's when your kidneys are working, like they're healing the most when you're dry fasting, and so you can aid, help them.
Yeah, it's fine. Like the body doesn't need anything when you dry fast, but
Yeah, but
it's
sometimes you feel back pain, no?
yeah, like I said, it's fine if you feel like doing it. Try it out. Uh, so it's all fine. John, sorry for not being too chatty. Doing some cleansing at the moment. Really looking forward to another long, full. And finding allowing myself to heal has been challenging. It's challenging for all of us, brother. This is that's why we're here, supporting each other. To do this on your own is really challenging.
As a lifestyle.
Yeah.
I mean, the fast itself is easy. Once you're in the fast, it's easy. But it's the lifestyle, right? Eating, fasting, that's
Yeah, this is a lifestyle. So the more we stay connected, the more we support, inspire each other, the more we can keep driving and living this lifestyle. When you disconnect and you're on your own, it's going to be real challenging. You got to be really, really devoted, really have that strong will to keep going. I did that for many years on my own. It's very challenging, very challenging. So stay connected, all is well. Don't, you're not going through anything that none of us have not gone through. It's it's part of the journey, and this is the challenge to get through to some people. This is part of the journey. The challenging parts are part of the journey. It's okay.
I guess it's, well, it's probably the part where we learn the most, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's
Like,
what
you know,
motivates us to change. It's the pain, it's the down times,
like
right?
two people we're talking today fell down. You know, it's not fun when you pass out and bang yourself up. It's not fun. And you know how many people get discouraged if they do that? But you know, we're talking here and they're still going because they have the understanding. They understand, you know, okay, this could happen. You know, it's thank goodness nothing happened, because you know, if you hit your head somewhere, you know, you can kill yourself. So that's why we stress many times, you got to be careful when you're fasting, especially as a new newbie. These things can come on suddenly and you don't understand. When you've been doing it for a while, you kind of sense a feeling. You already know what's going to happen, even though it comes on suddenly. You have a sense, so you take it easy getting up. And, you know, use this when I'm doing my long drives. Still sometimes, you know, I'll just get out of bed and do this. You know the 5 Tibetan rites where you're spinning around 21 times. Well, after my high fat stunt, I was barely able to do a couple of spins. I'd be so freaking busy. A couple of spins. Now I can easily do 21. I do it pretty much every day, and no problem. But the big shift came to me with the improvement in that is the dry fast. Um, and when I had that concussion from that fall in jiu-jitsu, whoa, that was a ride. I healed the concussion in 6.5 day dry, I think it was. But on the last day, I was so freaking dizzy. I it was horrible. I had to break the fast just because it was just too overwhelming. Everything was spinning 1,000 miles an hour. And then I started to dry again, and I went another few days, and it was gone. The concussion completely healed. No sign of concussion anymore. It was amazing. Like, who heals a concussion in about a week? You know what I mean? It was just over a week. Concussion, some people in a year, and they still haven't solved their problem, because you're not going to solve it with eating. With fasting is where your body can solve all these challenges. So, you know, you guys fell, and um, uh, Robbie and Mike. Um, you know, Mike, you're in the phase that you broke your fast, but lots is still going on. You're going to heal quick. Watch what happens, because you already said the pain's not there as much anymore. Robbie, she got her stitches. She's on the fast still. It's going to heal quickly. The body's going to say that's nothing compared to cleaning out the toxins. A bump on the head, a split open a bit here and there. No big deal. These things are nothing compared to removing toxins. Removing toxins takes a lot of digging, many fasts, and continuously, you know, trying to stay as clean as possible when we go back to food. Are we going to fall? Yeah, we're going to fall. No big deal. Get up, keep going. You know, some people ask, you know, if I ate this horrible meal, is it going to destroy my health? Well, you got to ask yourself this question. Depending on what your age is, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years old, of eating obstructive foods. We see, some of you are starting to see how long it takes to really clean up these things. And it's a very small payback time compared to the length of time it took to pack in this stuff. So are you going to be able to pack in this stuff in a few meals the way you did in 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years? No. If you fall and stay on the fall level and continually packing yourself in several months or a year, because the body has memory, it'll go back to those old states pretty quick. It'll go quicker than the many years, but it's not going to happen in a few meals. So let's not beat ourselves up, you know, if we fall down for a few meals here and there. But if we fall, let's try and be wise about it, especially after a long fast, because it could be dangerous. This is no bull crap. People die breaking fast, not eating, not during the fast. They die breaking fast improperly.
Or fasting, but improperly.
Yeah, they do some stupid things. Some people have died
Pushing it.
trying to go breatharianism in a few days process that the people are promoting out there. And they've killed themselves. Uh, there may be 1 in a million or a billion people be able to do it, but for most of us, it's going to be a many-year process of reducing and living the art through the art of subtraction, little by little, retraining the body to remember where it came from. And that's the what we're suggesting here.
Because we're gonna detox. We have to, like, we go through a detox before we go breatharian, if we want to go breatharian.
Yeah, detoxing would be the wise choice. I don't know how some people are saying that, you know, you're going to be breatharian and 8-day process, 9-day process, 21-day process. It's when it's like I said, it's not impossible.
It's an initiation, but people don't go breatharian.
There may be
Process.
there may be 1 in a billion or a billion people be able to do it that way, but detoxification is something that allows the body to access that memory much easier than trying to do it all in one shot. So, you know, not many people are going to be able to jump on and do a 7 or 10-day dry fast or longer off the bat. It's not going to happen. 3-day dry fast, most people would be able to handle. Not everybody, but most can handle a 3-day dry fast off the bat. It'll be tough, but most people can handle it. There's few that can barely get a 24-hour in that we've run in.
But that doesn't really mean much, because what's your lifestyle, right? I mean, 3-day dry fast, and then what?
No, it doesn't mean much, but it reveals, fasting reveals the level of toxicity, the state of that your body is in. So it's really revealing to do that, to find out where you're at. You know, can you do a 3-day dry fast? If you can't barely do 24 hours, you got work to do. That's really what it's telling you. Just to clarify, Simon, which colonic system do you recommend, open or closed? When you go for a service to pay, closed system, closed. A colima is an open system. A colima that you buy from and you use at home. It's an open system. Basically, an enema bag as well is an open system. But you're not keeping the insert in with the enema bag to go dump. You're pulling it out and going to dump. Whereas a colima board, it's staying in you. It's the size of a pencil, a pen that stays in the anus while you're sitting up against the tub, and the waste goes up over around that insert, and the water's continuously flowing in, and you can close it off and allow that yourself to dump. So closed system when you go pay is what we recommend. There's a lot of people buying these fancy colonic machines. They're many thousands of dollars, these open systems. I say get a colima board for $200-300, depending on the shipping, $300, whatever it is. You have for life. And it's the best investment I made. I had mine for well over 10 years. Same tube, same insert, wash it, change the pail a few times because somebody broke it. But it's a very simple, easy thing to use, and a wonderful tool in having and living a lifestyle where you're concerned and have uh, uh, making an effort uh, to be in a healthy state, because being in an imbalanced 6 days is not fun. And people that get into these states, they want to get out, but they're looking for magic pills to get out of these states instead of doing all the work that's necessary, because nobody can do it for us. That's for sure. Nobody can do it for us. Mike, go ahead. You have another question?
Yes. Is it safe to have a salad, or should I just stay on the green drink?
How many days you said you broke?
I did 40. I did 40 on the MFS.
No, how many
But I was
days
saying like it
you've been eating now? Was a week?
about a week, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I would
This last
I would stay away from salad as long as possible. Stay on fruit. You can
Okay.
do some green juices.
The,
If
they're okay to eat fruit the first week, the second week.
Yeah, but I'm just saying the longer you stay on fruit, the better. If and once you start doing the salads, don't do a lot of different things. Try and keep them simple, and chew very well when you choose to eat the salad. Chew very well, but make sure you're having the fruit as the staple, right?
Yeah, so you can have.
Right. Yeah.
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 Go to green juices first. See if you stay another week off before you. If you're really craving a salad after that time, then you can have a salad. After you have your green juices.
But it's safe. So if you want, go ahead.
You can actually break a fast with greens, but the problem is greens take so much longer to go through us.
They're harder
And
to
that's
digest.
not what we want. When we break a fast, we want foods that go through us the quickest. That's the key of breaking a fast prudently. So that's what we're looking for. Foods that go through us the quickest.
Easy to digest.
Yeah.
So yeah, the greens are hard.
Right. Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, I figured that was probably the pretty smartest thing to do, is to stay on the fruit and let it be the staples. Just I mean, I'm doing pretty good this week, finding decent fruit. Like I said, the pears. We got a bag of plums. I got 4 mangoes. They was 99 cents each, and they was good. So I'm doing pretty good so far.
Awesome.
I think the mangoes were sent from Ecuador.
Oh yeah.
We had some at my job, and they were saying Brazil, and oh man, I wanted to get them so bad, but I was still on the MFS, so I said I'm not gonna bother with it. But man, them things was looking good, smelling good.
You could have.
And they was from Brazil.
Yeah, you could have bought them, cut them up if they were really ripe, and freeze them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's very tempting when you have really good fruit around you when you're fasting. It's very tempting to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and if you want for the salads, you can have non-sweet fruits like tomatoes, cucumbers,
Yeah,
zucchini,
Yeah.
peppers.
you can go that route. Stay on the fruit side.
For now, and slowly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing because when I bought those mangoes, I had picked up 2 organic cucumbers, and I picked up one of those long English cucumbers. They have them wrapped in the plastic.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, that'll be good tonight. That should be enough. And I ran across these mangoes, and I put that English one back, but I got the other 2 organic ones, and they still in the refrigerator now. So I might jump on them tomorrow.
Yeah, they're botanically fruits, right?
Botanically?
Yeah, they're considered a fruit botanically.
Oh, yeah.
Peppers,
Okay. Yeah, those.
Anything with a seed.
Eggplant, yeah, anything with a seed. Tomatoes, zucchini. These are all technically, botanically fruits.
You can put some
Okay, cool.
juice, and you can put some, I don't know, parsley, maybe some seaweed powders. Enjoy it like that.
Yeah, I got some. I think I got some powder, some seaweed powder here.
Yeah,
It's actually not powder. I might have to make it in powder, put it in my blender.
like yeah, some of us we start craving some savory stuff, and that's why you want to go to the salads, and it's okay. But you can. There's many things you can do.
And the green juice as well.
Right.
Green juice will help. You can do all kinds of stuff, right? But
I'm thinking of zucchini noodles,
yeah,
cucumbers,
yeah,
and some red and yellow peppers.
yeah. That's all fruit. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Some tomatoes in there if you like. They're all good.
Cool.
Spot.
Thanks.
I did a lot of zucchini, spiralized zucchini after a few weeks off of my 108 days. Very satisfying.
There's a question from Mark.
Mark, how long have to hold the liquid while doing enemas? Um,
I think we mentioned in the protocol.
it's not, if you can hold it, you hold it. If you can't, go dump. But hold it as long as you can, because when you're doing enemas, we're not getting the volume of water flowing through. So the longer you can hold it, the better. Just some people can hold it for 10, 15 minutes, no problem. 1 or 2 liters in there. Some people will have to go dump immediately. So hold it as
The
long as
longer
you
the
can.
better, though.
Yeah.
Like 5 minutes or 5 to 15 minutes if you can.
Yeah.
But aim for 5.
Who was it? She was doing rebounding with the animals inside.
Is it Laura?
Laura, I think it was. Yeah. So you can develop very strong colon. It strengthens your colon because you're just exercising it basically with weights, which is the water. That's all it is. And yeah, you can get a very strong colon through training it to hold. But what starts happening when we're fast for some of us, there's a lot of irritation in there, and because lots is going on in regeneration, and that's why we can't hold sometimes. And it's okay, just keep washing in and out, in and out, in and out. It's not going to hurt you. It's only going to help you. It's only going to help. When it's irritated, baking soda or some grasses or stuff like that to help soothe and cool. So we can't overwash. We get to a point where the body says, "Okay, I'm done. That's tomorrow. Wait till tomorrow." But if you can get at least those 6 liters a day of washing, spend the time, spend that hour of doing it. It's going to help you a lot. It's going to help you a lot. There's people who attempted doing this without doing any enemas. They said they were doing it. One guy, he ended up in the hospital. I don't remember what has happened to him, but he's so blocked up. You don't want to be doing that. Not on this fast. Everything is in place for a reason. There's decades of experiences that make up MFS, and many, many wonderful teachers that I learned from, and many, many, many people that have been through this. So everything is there for a reason. So many people keep asking the same questions. Can I do this? Just follow the protocol. It works. And it's safe. Follow the protocol. You want to experiment? Go somewhere else. I'm not interested. I've done a lot of experiments, more than people would believe. I don't have all the answers, but this the way it's set up, it works. It's very effective and very safe. You just have to be develop your system. It's very systematic, very simple to do. There's no rocket science. It's cheaper than eating for most people. I posted somebody's uh, hospital bill for 6 days. It was 50 grand. You can live your whole life on Massive Fast for that much money, probably. I'm just trying to figure what do we spend a month on food. I don't know. What do we spend? Maybe okay. Let's say we spend $100 a weekend. $100, if that doesn't even happen. It's really so little, and the food's expensive in Toronto. So with 50 to $100, you're not buying a lot of fruit anymore. The price of food prior was more, and the food was way cheaper. You know, when you're eating every single day, you know, fruitarian raw food lifestyle, you spend a lot of money on food. That's why for many years I was growing sprouts, a lot of sprouts, so I didn't have to buy the greens. I just bought fruit. But your dry fast days are free, pretty much. It's a cheap way to live, and it will get cheaper and cheaper as the years go by, because you'll have less and less days of eating, and you'll have hopefully built up to more days of dry where
Yeah,
you're doing nothing.
it's about subtraction, so right. So you will end up eating less and less, and drinking less, and taking less herbs, the whole thing.
So if we put $500 a month on food, a year, that's what, 5 times 10, 50, 60 grand a year. I mean, 6,000 a year, not 60 grand, 6,000 a year. That's 10 years with that bill that you could be living on easily, but it's much less than that, because there's the master fasting times in between those times and the dry fast times. So the food prices are pretty ridiculous. Actually, the cost of living this lifestyle is pretty low, very low. Depending where you live, some of us have different prices on things. Like some places, the juices, like Australia, they cost a fortune. The juices is just crazy. In Italy, where they have so much wine, the wine is cheaper than the water. If you can find grape juice, you're going to pay more for grape juice than wine. I don't understand why. You just got to juice it, cook it, and bottle it. Whereas the wine, they got to juice it, ferment it, filter it, this, that, age it, bottle it. It's just, there's no sense in anything the way pricing works out there. Juices should be cheap, very cheap. Very simple process. Juice, cook, bottle. Everything's backwards, like the meat industry. You get a meal of meat where the farmer had to grow the chicken, feed the chicken for several months, then butcher it, package it, and everything. And it's cheaper to have that than it is to have a salad, for example, when you go to a restaurant. How does it make sense? Don't ask me. I don't know.
Subsidized.
Everything is really kind of backwards to work against us. So we do the best we can, and we keep moving forward. Let's focus on all the good stuff. Lifestyle's cheap. You're going to feel better than you've ever felt. More energy. Don't have to worry about eating all the time. You're going to be able to access answers for yourself. Answers will start showing up in plain sight. Bang. Wow. Okay. Wow. And the more you fast, the more the answers will show up. You'll be more content with less. The material stuff will not have any importance to you anymore. Yeah, you need a place to stay, whatever. If you have a car, you got to go here and there. But you keep things very, very minimal. You don't need to be accumulating anything anymore.
It does help us clear our minds so we can focus on what's important, prioritize, and
the beauty
minimalize our lifestyle.
Beauty of connecting to spirit. Just sit quiet, sit in nature, and you'll be in total bliss. It doesn't matter where you are. It's just a awesome, beautiful connection. um, being one with all. Sadhguru, he was making a point about if there's a bunch of us and we are blowing bubbles, soap bubbles, and you can recognize your bubble, everybody can recognize their individual bubble. That's your air. Now, once those bubbles pop, where is your air? You're one with all. So the separation, the bubble is the matter state of the illusion of separation. Once we burst the bubble, where it's revealed that there's the separation is illusion. We're all one, and that was a beautiful way of putting that. I like listening to him. He's got a lot of wisdom. So that's somebody I would recommend listening to. There's a few others out there. Yeah, it's wonderful when you can be in a state of bliss at any time you choose. Bang, total content. You know, you see us here every weekend. The social life is right here. Is within. There's no social life out there. You know, growing up, that was something that we felt we needed to be always out somewhere, or we'd be missing out on something. There's nothing I'm missing out on. Absolutely nothing. Yeah, it's okay to go socialize. We still socialize a little bit here and there, but stay connected with family, friends, and so on. But the connection we have, helping each other, there's nothing like it that brings you much more satisfaction than going out and pigging out at a restaurant or something, which you're going to be paying for after. Wow, we're already at 2 hours. Yeah. Okay. Let's, if anybody else has a quick question, or we'll bring it for a close, and we'll see you back on the page. Margaret, Mark, sorry that I jumped from one subject to another. Is it okay to sip on fresh, pure lemon juice sometimes? Castor oil packs, 3 days. 3 days on, 3 days off, or castor packs, 3 days on, 3 days off, 3 days on, 3 days off. Lemon juice, you mean you want to just sip some straight lemon juice? If it's a small amount, if you like, sure. But the fresh juices, honestly, they don't have the power. You know, many of us have been through raw juice fasts. You're only going to get so far with the raw juice fast. So this is why we're using the cook. But if you want to just do for change of taste, what I used to do and still do sometimes, I'll put maybe an orange inside my grape, or a grapefruit juice inside the grape raw, just to change the taste. You know, sometimes you want to change some taste. That's okay. But yeah, no big deal. You want to suck on a lemon, you suck on the juice. If you like the taste, yeah, no big deal. There's so much we can do. The basic protocol is there. We understand what to do with it. Doing a couple little things like these, no big deal. Get it so you're happy, content, and you can continue and move forward. You don't want to be doing something that you're not content with, you know, and it's going to be a struggle for you, and so on and so forth. If it's a struggle for you, then it's you got to look at all the reasons of why you started in the first place. Even though you're going through healing reactions and everything, it shouldn't be a struggle. You should have the power from within and the faith to keep going, even though we're on those healing reactions. You know you're going to come out stronger, and that's what we're talking about. Yeah, Margaret, how you doing? Just a quick, you want to share if you're still there? Now get some inspiration. 83-year-old, 108 days, guys. Come on, It's awesome. Awesome. All right. Maybe she's out. Okay. So let's call it a close. And we thank everybody for being part and joining, inspiring each other, supporting each other. This is what it's all about. You know, we don't need to do it alone anymore. We have the internet. It could be anywhere in the world. We can join forces and understand that that soap bubble that's holding our separation is an illusion. We're all one. And we can connect at these levels without seeing each other or anything. Just, you know, sweeping through the page, we're connecting. We're all connected all the time. Okay, Stephanie, see you later. Thank you for joining. Simon,
Thank you, everybody.
Margaret, Mark, John, Mike. Keep
That's-
that plasma love flowing.
Thank you.
Thank you for everything what you do for us, and that you always take the time, and all this wisdom what you share with us is you cannot. It's the Veda is too big. You cannot pay for that, I would say. Next year I will. In January, my plan is that I want to join the family.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mark. Yeah, we do the best we can. Like we're in this lifestyle, and the connection, the love that we feel from people, and to get inspired. It's for everybody. It's not a one-way street. We're doing it for each other, and it's awesome to be able to have this these features now on the internet and do this. Like this Zoom thing was awesome. Starting the Zoom thing, and we haven't missed many weekends. Only things came up. We've been here every weekend to be there to support. If anybody wants to do an interview for their 108 days, you know, we've been busy doing many things. We haven't had the time to contact people. Not everybody wants to share, but we wish everybody would share their journey. It's helped so many people. You know, so anybody who's done not only 108 days, even if they've done 30, 40 days, just to share their experience. Because when you're on it, you share your experience, and then maybe you may be one of those who falls off for a while. Go watch your video. Remember how you felt. You never forget it. You'll never forget how you felt. All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Love you
Keep that
all.
plasma love flowing. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.